Hello and welcome. So, I'll admit, been avoiding this. Here we are. Here we are. It's doing something else, and it felt right at first because I think I was in the right direction, but the wrong area, if that makes sense. So, we'll see where this goes. Admit I'm a little I can't even talk. More nervous about this than I was about the other one. Know the whys though. And out there it gets those callings and you're like, I just don't want to. But the entire time it's like, so you can do it now. How about now? How about now? How about now? And then after a point you're like, free will and all. And there's always that, okay, well, I mean, you don't have to, but that thought is just sitting in the back of your mind going, are you going to do it now? That is how I'm feeling right now. So it's like, fine. Surrender. Fine. Just give in to the call that technically I've been doing, but I haven't really been doing, if anyone gets my drift. I've been coaching individuals over this whole thing, but I didn't realize that's what I was doing. I just thought, I was helping friends. And then I took a really hard look at what I was doing. It's like, oh, this is what I'm doing? I will say it's felt more right than anything I've ever done in life as of yet. So, here we go. Where this goes, it's just more of a daily energy reading. Where this goes, I have no idea. Every reading will probably be different in some form or another. I'm just going with the flow here, okay? And the flow says, we're good. We're good to go. Shall excuse my temporary setup. I'm still kind of figuring out the camera and whatnot. That's a good first card. Look at that Major Arcana strength over there. Oh gosh, we got two. We got two. That autofocus. Anyone else like the sound of shuffling cards? I could fall asleep to it. 4 to 7 hertz actually does kind of sound like shuffling cards, but at the same time it scares me in the middle of the night because it's a little ironic as I speak about that now. I want that one. The Lovers. Feeling like 2 rows. Oh, well, Tower wants to come out. Oh, this little sad guy. Little sadness. I had to. Okay. Okay. I guess I got 2 more. Queen of Swords at the bottom. Anyone feel like the Queen of Swords lately? I had to, just saying. Okay, so we got Strength, Knight of Cups, 2 of Swords, the Lovers, the Tower, the 5 of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the 9 of Cups. You know what that means? Great, we'll get into that. So, being your strength. Yes, that strength card. Really, you should always kind of try your best to be in your strength, whatever's going on. I mean, things generally do turn out in your favor when you are, even if things seem a little dicey to begin with. Speaking from personal experience there. See that Knight of Cups? The person who you might be watching for coming forward and like, here you go. Here's this offer of love. Yeah? Okay. This 2 of Swords, you know, she's blindfolded. That's, oh gosh. That's, say yourself, you're like, huh, shit. I don't know about some of y'all, but okay, I'm just talking honestly. Things are coming to my mind and I'm like, okay, where do I start? I am clairaudient, so I get messages, but I'm still figuring out the ins and outs of that, so bear with me. 2 of Swords, though, it's like, right now, you're guarded. You're like, I don't know about this shit. I don't know, even though this is, it's like, I don't know with everything going on. And that particular one back there, the Lovers. This is a divine connection. However, in this particular portrayal of it, I feel like it's more like the understanding, knowing that there is a third party and that it needs, there needs to be this, it doesn't need to be, but that needs to go. And in that conversation of this Knight of Cups coming forward to you with your swords up, like, I don't know about this. With the understanding that that's going on in the background, which not to say that can always just be, that doesn't necessarily have to be another person. It can also be, a situation or addictions, or it doesn't necessarily have to be another person. Let's put that out there now. But with whatever is found out, it's like there's this tower moment. It's like, okay, boom. Boom, and it all falls down. And both parties, I feel like, are kind of in this energy when all that happens. And it's like, saying you and the person you're watching for, not anyone else. I mean, they probably will be, but we're focusing on who's watching and the person you're watching for. But we got this sad person who's focusing on these 3 cups instead of the 2 cups in the background. Like look behind you. Be aware that yes, you found out the spilled cups, but there's still so much love there's still so much love. Then after y'all get out of that, which, you know, it can start from the beginning where it's like, okay, here you go. Here's just a little cup of love. Here's a cup. Like, then let's just start from the get-go, and then we can go from there. And then next thing you know, it goes to this 9 of cups, because there was already so much love to begin with. Like, and the fact that this is crooked is bothering me so bad. So I gotta figure this out. Which one do I want to do next? Not card-wise. I feel like right now I'm done with those particular cards. But I'll let you know after my forehead stops hurting. Might be like, okay. But this kind of feels like what I'm going to do next. I got the sniffly snafflies. Or when I say other person, it could be like a mother, father, a child. But other person in general does not necessarily have to mean a romantic partner, and it could also mean multiple things. I mean, we're human, you know, we gotta learn lessons, and that could be a multitude of things. I know personally I had to go through the ringer myself before I was like, oh, you mean underneath all the mess that I am, I'm a decent person? I'm getting better at shuffling. It's a process. It is a process. Know what I mean? Yes? Does anybody else like cards that are colorful? Aw. Do something new. Do something different. Oh, there. You don't see that. Yes. Ever notice how it's easier to fall in love and to be fallen in love with when you're busy? Thank goodness I'm you, the universe. I mean, honestly, I feel like that's going back to being in your strength. Like, when you're living life and you're doing what you're doing for you, it's easier for pieces to fall into place because you're not throwing control out there being like, this needs to happen, this needs to happen, this needs to happen. Now, I'm not saying get to the point where, you know, you're basically doing it to avoid everything. There has to be a balance, but, or where you're not seeing everything. Like, there's got to be balance. Like, just, and being aware of that is beautiful, you know? It's like, yes, I'm doing my thing. I'm letting the flow of the universe just flow. Right? Yes. I want to pull another one of these. I feel like I want to. I'm going to. If I ever get dramatic or loud, please, it's just me. Hold this one. You've got time. Ever wonder what would make life's fleeting pain and sorrow totally and unquestionably worth it? How about living forever wildly in love and loved wildly? You have so much to look forward to. And I kind of feel like that's saying, you know, whenever all this happens, or even just the leading up to point, like the leading up to point of some people out there like, oh my gosh, it's not happening. It's not happening. It's not. You've got time. Good things don't just happen like in a snap. Well, you get where I'm going with this. But when it's really good, you know, things have to fall into place. Things have to happen so that it can get to that point where it's not just meh, but it's beautiful. Okay? Like all the little pieces are just, they come together at that perfect moment, and you're like, okay, I don't just feel okay about this. I feel like amazingly wonderful about this. Right? Right. My lazy G. The moment I'm just going for cards. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going for anything specific. I'm not. Hey, I'm working on my show. Maybe I should call it snuffling. I don't feel like I'm shuffling. Just gotta push it all back in there, you know. Oh my gosh. Okay. Where to do this at? Got room. I got plenty of room. The conundrum of it all. I hope I use that word right. Possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. I feel like that's very appropriate for this. I mean, think about this. A lot of times when it comes to certain things or tower moments, it's all about perception. It's like, okay, we can take this as something totally bad, or we can take it as something pushing me toward the better. Or really even just being in your strength and being like, okay, everything's fine. Everything's good. I don't have to know what's going to happen. I just have to know that everything's going to be okay, and it is going to work out in the way that is best for me. Yes. Right? Right. You don't always gotta see that. We unfortunately live in a world of instant gratification, so it's very easy to get caught up in it just has to happen now. It just has to. Instead of being like, okay, wait. Because we're so used to that instant gratification and being like, wait. It's like this Instafix, where it's instantly, you get your fix. Hey, is that what? Okay, we're not going to go there. But you get that instant fix, and then you know you're good for a while. And I think a lot of times that's how we expect life to be in general when it comes to really anything. Instead of being like, okay, wait. Let's take a step back. Let's see where this is going to go. And, you know, we will let things be the way they are and let it all go with the flow. It's all about flow. Well, and doing your inner work. But as you go with the flow and do your inner work, it's like things, okay, inner work, shadow work, energy work, all that fun stuff. Like, things just start to happen. And maybe it might take a minute, because I mean, energy itself is energy. It's always flowing, it's always going, but it's got to move through like these dense bodies, the denseness of earth. So if it takes a little bit for what you're wanting to come to fruition, just keep in mind that it's okay. I totally did that. Okay, there we go. That works. With these cards, they're the Self-Forgiveness Oracle deck by DrShawdy, the Love Yourself edition. I forgive myself for taking from myself to give to others. I choose to believe that when I prioritize my needs over the needs of others, I am able to give more abundantly and without expectation. And that falls in line with all this. I mean, you know, but in this case, it's more like your time and your energy. Instead of giving so much, now, especially, you know, if they're off doing their thing, it's like you focus on you. Focus on you, like, do things that help yourself to grow. Even if that's little things like, you know, making your favorite cup of tea or coffee or whatever, but make sure that while whatever's going on is going on, you're also focusing on you, like, and mainly focusing on you. So that way, whenever, you know, things come to fruition, you're able to not just give itty bitty bits and pieces or like leftovers. You're able to give the overflow of your cup. That's a big thing, I think. And I know this is Twin Flame Mirror, but it's the only message cards I have right now, okay? Just go with it. It doesn't necessarily have to be Twin Flame. It can be soulmate. It can be for who you're watching for. I mean, I feel like right now the energies are quite similar. Just across the board with what's going on, just in general, the world. What would they want to tell you? And sometimes I'll do this, sometimes I won't. I don't, like I said, every reading's going to be a little bit different. It just depends on what I'm feeling. I want one card at a time, please. You know, after I got this started, okay, I guess, hold on. Don't drop the whole setup. See, I'm sorry for the way I acted. And they are sorry. That's, you know, they're willing to come forward and say that. Not be like, oh, well, hey, there's another card down there. I really miss you. Oh, that's beautiful. It's beautiful. Said I miss you. I know some of y'all be feeling like you're like, no, I'm done with them. Some of y'all, I'm not making fun of y'all, but I've been there. I've had my moments, and it's like at the same time I'm like, I miss you too. I mean, when it comes to like soul connections, it's, you don't just stop what you're feeling. You can kind of bury it, kind of set it aside, but it's there. It's like It's like the annoying little sibling that is always there in your face. And I mean that's when you know that it's more than just this obsession. It's like it's there, but you can ignore it. But it's there. It's just there. There's always that awareness in the background. I want to return to you. See? Sorry for the way I acted. I really miss you. I want to return to you. Like, I want to make this work. I want things to just work out. I love you, but I'm not sure how this is going to change my life. And I think a lot of them are like that right now. You know, it's like, which for the people that haven't been loved, like actually loved, it's very hard to get out of that mindset. It's like, okay, great, I love you, but, and I feel like you love me, but how is this going to do anything for me? And whatever they're going through right now, like, just let them go through it. Just don't try to be the teacher because they're not going to get it. I know that's really tempting. I've been there too, where you're like, oh, let me just teach you about the word. No, they don't get it that way. I mean, and think about it. There was a time when you didn't get it. When, if somebody told you that, especially with somebody that liked you, you wouldn't have listened either. You'd have been like, okay, sure. It has to click on their own time. Like it clicked on your own time. I mean, that might not be as soon as you want it to. In the meantime, just do you. Go have fun. Shit. I mean, you can go on dates. Go talk to other people. It's not like this is a club of exclusives, and if you know that's your person, you know that's your person, and it things will flow to make that happen, as long as you're also aligning with that. However, if your mind's also like everywhere, well, they're gonna be everywhere, especially if it's a soul connection. Just saying. Well, this has been my first video on all this fun stuff. If anybody would like to join me for more, feel free to like, subscribe, comment. I'm open for like one-on-ones for the people that might be interested. Just talk to me. I mean, it's a journey. Why do it alone when you don't necessarily have to? Thank you for watching.